expect it to last for long. If I go along to a Tommy Robinson rally, I get assaulted by the stewards, so I'm taking them to
Well,
court.
they're all right wing according to our Prime Minister now. They're all right wing.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh?
Exactly.
Am I right wing? Is he right wing? Is he right wing? Come on.
I consider
Those loony lefties. They're all loony left, mate.
They're having a temper tantrum.
Of course they are. The socialists.
That's what they're doing. The teenagers that you saw yesterday, they're having a temper tantrum because Andrew Tate and Tommy Robinson told them to. And that's pathetic because I understand...
They have independent minds. Nobody tells anybody what to do.
What, because no one's being parents?
Well, just because Tommy Robinson speaks out against, Islamists and all this shit, you know.
What's an Islamist?
Well, somebody who wants to support and perpetrate the Islam view. They want to convert everybody. No, it's not. It's Islamist is different to a Muslim. I know Muslims. I know Islamists.
What's the difference?
Well, they want to convert all the Christians, Jews, Hindus into Muslims.
I think every imam would want to do
No, they would do it. That's an Islamist. A Muslim is somebody different.
Every priest would want to do that. That's just called proselytizing. So I don't take the word Islamist seriously. I need a proper definition.
Unfortunately, they haven't won in 1400 years.
No, this 1400 year stuff is nonsense because we can't join in with groups that long ago. Because that's the issue in Israel at the moment. Is you've got a bunch of people who've decided that the Old Testament was written about them, and that's it. I could make that claim as well. I could say, hey, that book's about me. That's my land. God chose me, because anyone can convert at any point. So it's true, isn't it? So I believe that's the reason why Israel is going completely balmy at the moment.
Well, don't you blame them? 1,400 people were killed by Hamas.
Well, a lot of them were killed by the IDF.
They killed was it Haniah? They killed him.
Calm down for a second, sir.
Yes.
Have you noticed that everyone else has let me speak? Have you noticed that this man is cut in a lot?
Oh, we meet every week. I'm not a Zionist.
But you are.
I'm a Hindu dude. I'm not a Jew. I'm not a Muslim.
I didn't say you were a Jew.
I'm a Hindu, mate.
But you are defending the state of Israel.
I defend them because they got attacked. 1,400 died. Okay, you carry on. Give the explanation.
You're speaking over me, which is
we had this last week as well.
Is to prove that.
Being very patronising to this chap.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
I've come here to be patronising to Zionists, sir.
Being quite quiet.
Yeah, but I've come to speak as.
Over me.
No, but are you another? Come here, sir.
No,
See?
Is it another Zionist? See, look.
Engage with me. Don't have a meltdown and bring your finger up. You see how easy it is? That's what I'm demonstrating.
You shouldn't get worked up here.
Simply by showing up in this,
yes.
People will basically not treat me as a human anymore. They'll be really rude to me.
Well, I'm not rude to you.
You haven't let me speak for a while.
But you're not generalizing. I mean, I happen to be Jewish.
Yep.
And I happen to be a Zionist.
No, not so close, dude. I'm very pushing
like
like that.
I'm listening to you, and I'm respecting
You are, yeah?
completely, and I'm very interested to hear what you have to say. So all I'm saying is, don't say Zionists don't let me speak. Say some don't.
But you've interrupted me too.
No, no, I'm just pointing out, as a point of interest, that I'm here listening to you, and I'm very interested in what you have to say, and I will take whatever you have to say into account as I continue to debate this issue within my head. I'm prepared to listen to a whole lot of different speakers.
You can say that about anything, not all X or Y.
Now, excellent. Now, you have not been
We
rude
all
to me at all.
understand that, not all
I'm
X
just
or
sitting
Y.
here and I'm listening.
This man has not been rude to me at all. However, nobody else has interjected yet, apart from people who want to defend Israel.
Is that allowed, by the way?
It's allowed, but the point of my social experiment is to...
Be careful, he's very fragile, this guy.
Am I?
Yes, you're very sensitive.
Am I?
Yeah, you're very sensitive. I've noticed.
Yeah, well, that's
Yes, you
because
are.
of the amount of dead babies I've had to watch.
What about the Israeli ones? You know,
I am
150
very sensitive
hostages
about
still
what's going on in
remaining.
Palestine.
You know,
I'm very
been
sensitive.
raped and killed by Hamas, mate, and that Sinwar hiding in the
Anyone
tunnels.
who's not an Israel supporter going to join in the conversation. Yeah. Nice one.
I just think that it's kind of obvious that if you're attacking a specific group, that's who you're going to get pushback from. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's called being human, I guess.
Yeah, well, no, of course.
What's the
like,
good
if
of
I come out
humanity?
here and say, that I'm against Zionism, then I'm going to get pushback from Zionists. I think the big story this week, though, because I'm doing this every 2 weeks to talk about this issue, grow a crowd, see what we can do, because everyone's talking about how free speech is under attack in this country, and that's why everybody went for a stupid old loot last night. You know, all these kids saying, oh, we've been beaten down for decades. You haven't been alive decades. This was just looting. A riot is basically people committing crime under the cover of large numbers. That's what it is, and that's what yesterday.
It's time for a change, isn't it? They want to change.
Yeah, but what change? I think that they're just having a.
Okay, they're not right wing. They're just fed up with British guys, people fed up what's going on with this country.
I'm an actual victim of the thing that they claim to be a victim of, which is having their free speech rights destroyed. I have been fired from 2 jobs for my political opinions. That happened in 2019.
Anti-Zionist.
Yeah, I worked for Lloyd's Banking Group, and I started making a YouTube video about stuff like this, and I lost my job because it's a bank run by Jews, and that's fine. You know, if they want to fire me for doing that, it's pretty ungrateful for one of your employees to be like, yeah, I despise the central
I'm sure there's a lot more to it than that.
No, there is a lot more to it. It is more complicated than that. It's just that every major
I'm sure you went down tribunal through it out. Exactly, yes. Never hold a job.
It's really disrespectful, isn't it? Can we agree it's a group? This man has basically talked over you.
In that case, then define being disrespectful.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this is my.
I'm not swearing at you.
Everybody in Britain is welcome to do the same thing, because this is the tradition of Speaker's Corner. If you have something to say and you believe your right to free speech is being curbed in any way, this is the sacred ground where you come to do that. So, what I've been doing, is this session 3 or 4? This is number 4, is demonstrating that on this topic, the rules and traditions of Speaker's Corner tends to get trounced. I got coughed on the last one, didn't I? It was pretty unpleasant. And the police had to take him away. This is a very respectful crowd. We're doing very, very well today. But you have interrupted a lot, and that's what I'm here to demonstrate.
Well, I'm here to debate.
Why are you triggered today again?
This is triggered, mate.
You are though, you're turning red already.
So based on what you're saying...
No, wait, I've got a good one for you.
I'm triggered.
Can we get a ballpark figure for how many Palestinian children are now amputees? Ballpark figure, because mine is 35,000 and everybody says, where are you getting that data from? So I want to hear yours.
Yeah, that's possibly true.
Good. Can we condemn them, the IDF, for doing that?
Well, that's where you get a bit complicated.
No, it's not.
Well,
when is there ever a justification for making that number of children liveless?
Well, yeah, okay.
They have
maybe...
the most incredible military technology on Earth. They could avoid doing this to children. From eyewitness reports, they are doing this exclusively to children.
How could they have protected these children?
You're not hearing any of these news reports, are you, about the snipers?
What are you referring to?
The news reports from the doctors who work for sort of Doctors Without Borders, the AIDS workers, who are saying they've never seen so many children shot in the head. Well, one bullet in the head,
that's
one
not really
bullet in the heart.
That's not really an amputee. That's not really an amputee, is it? You're doing another story.
Wow, did you hear that, guys? Now, the reason I say amputees is because it's a particularly gruesome and horrific crime, but it's not actually the biggest number when it comes to children dead in affected in Palestine. The death toll of Palestinian children way higher than 35,000. We can't calculate that. And the reason I pick amputees is because people do stuff like that. They'll suddenly go, but that's not an amputee. And we all get to stand there going, did you say that? Because that's really shocking, right?
I didn't really pay attention.
I know.
Are you saying someone that got shot in the head
you won't
is an
because
amputee?
you've decided that I'm a bad guy.
No, you're just really rubbish at public speaking.
Exactly. Which news channel are you watching?
Who thinks I'm rubbish at public speaking? Who doesn't?
Who's scared to...
Thank you.
Yep.
I mean, he's charismatic. Look at all the people that he gathered.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is that anyone has any right to do exactly what I'm doing, and I am the one that is having their free speech rights denied.
Then you need to fight.
Last week, I went down to the Tommy Robinson rally.
Yes,
right?
I was there.
Tommy Robinson has been big news this week.
I was there.
Stoking riots.
He wasn't stoking
I went down there and I was assaulted by his stewards for wearing the same T-shirt I wore here last time, which had a picture of Jeffrey Epstein. Palestine,
They got
and
stuck
I
with
stand with Israel
They
written
fought
on
for
it.
it.
This week,
I mean, the
I've got
parliament.
my Taylor Swift shirt on in tribute to the 3 girls who were murdered this week, because it's what they would have actually
in a way,
wanted.
but I mean, you don't
I wanted to do a little dance to begin here. I wanted to play Shake It
That
Off
is true.
and get everyone to have a
That is true,
dance
but I mean,
instead of a
generally
1-minute
speaking,
silence, because I think
like,
that's
for
quite a
example,
nice thing to do.
we
But it
didn't
would have
have
been
to, like, go
trashing
to
the
South
traditions of
Africa to
Speaker's
know to
Corner.
have that
Now, I
system.
consider that a respectful
in
way
a way,
to
in a
deal
way.
with what's happened this week. I consider everything that has been done
I'm
to
not
the
gonna say that
cities
there was
up
so
and down
much
the UK
information about
to
South
be
Africa, but
the
it's a
worst
different topic.
possible result for a nationalist like myself, someone who has been trying to bring awareness to the issues that these people claim to care about. I've made a documentary about mass immigration in this country, right? And as soon as these riots kicked off, I put it on Twitter. I'm like, this is what you do. This is what you do. You're creative. You do something productive. You don't just loot Sainsbury's because Andrew Tate told you to, right? Because that's what's actually happened. Now, what I'm saying is that this is being done to us by Israel.
Prove it.
How?
Prove it.
I mean, you're saying you prove it. You just said it. Prove it.
And if,
Hanging off your every
and mind
word.
you,
Tommy Robinson.
I don't support Tommy Robinson, but at the very least, he said all the time, don't loot, don't attack,
No, he didn't.
don't be violent.
Yes, he did.
I went on his Twitter, have you?
I'm blocked. He blocked me.
I don't blame him.
I'm blocked.
I have been on his
I'm
Twitter.
blocked by Andrew Tate. I can't see any of it.
I think you've been blocked by a lot of places.
He says, don't attack, do it peacefully.
Yes.
Yeah, Danny Tomo is actually, Danny Tomo is really, I mean, you need to understand that this is 21st century warfare and it's quite clever. It's very, very clever. The people up the top know exactly how the sheep, the cattle, think. That's why they are able to,
Who's at the top?
Oh, you'll get offended if I say it out loud.
I think I'm pretty confident.
I think it's Jews!
Oh God.
Oh no. Then why
What?
does everyone
I don't
in
understand. I
Congress
don't
hate
understand this
Israel?
Jew hatred.
It's not
I don't
hatred.
understand.
It's not
What is
hatred.
Jew hatred from you and a lot of people?
It's objective.
Nobody explain to me what is the hatred.
Well, you haven't
Explain
said
to
me
me.
what's the hatred.
You explain to me. You
I
keep
just
on
said
about
that
Jews and
I
Zionists.
didn't say a hatred.
What is the
And
hatred?
what is wrong with that?
Yes. What is it about? It's about
What
those
is wrong
rocks or
with
something.
that? Tell me. Because as I
If
see
they were
it,
benevolent leaders,
They're hard working.
What are they?
they don't appear to be.
Satanic Jews, or are they just normal Jews?
Well, you know the Christians.
They're
so
special
I don't know
Jews.
what Jesus Christ.
Oh God.
They don't believe in Jesus Christ.
Ah, they're denying the Messiah.
Yeah.
I bet
Oh.
You know as well as
immoral
I
to the
do.
core.
No, but you
If
know
we
as
could get our hands on them. Come
Oh
on,
yes,
guys.
mate. Yes,
Come on,
yes,
let's
yes.
But you are an atheist in an alliance with heavily religious people.
What alliance? I'm in a park.
No, but whenever we talk about Israel, you always refer to the secular ones, the atheist ones, and say I shouldn't lump everyone in with the rest of them.
Yeah.
But what are they doing in this religious project?
Yeah, there's a few too many religious people over there.
Yeah, they
They're
run
crazy.
Yeah, they run the Knesset.
Well,
They
yeah,
do. There are no secular Jews running the Knesset, are there?
so you're a Christian.
Yeah.
I like Jews. For what?
Yeah, well, the atheists can't understand the world.
You're blowing it.
We're living in a
Why are you blowing
massive.
it by saying you're a Christian?
Why?
He was doing so well.
Because if you believe that nonsense.
He was.
But
and
that's
he
not
just
an
fell off.
argument. You're listing something.
That's terrible.
You're the weirdest
Yeah,
person I've ever
mate.
met.
It's not.
You're the weirdest.
He's not even proving anything he's saying.
Well, it wasn't. It
It's
was
such a
accepted
magical
many books.
You believe in
What do you believe in, sir?
Let's not.
I guess you
Okay,
believe you're dancing.
so do you believe that everyone
October 7th last year,
If
did
you're an atheist, what's your
did
argument against transgender
Palestinians, or whatever they call themselves, did they cry down the
Yeah.
attack?
Okay. Well, yeah. Let's get back on topic, which is that as a Christian, my lens on what's going on right now in the world in terms of Israel-Palestine is theological, not political. Because I don't think you can understand it politically, because it looks to me like both sides are owned, right?
By whom? So you're saying the Muslim Palestine side is also owned by the Jews? Is that what you're going to say?
People can make the argument that Hamas was funded and founded by Netanyahu, so they can actually make that
well,
argument.
that would be
I wouldn't.
That's a
Why
load of
would he
rubbish.
attack himself then?
Yes, sir.
Why would he attack himself?
Exactly.
I even said I don't take that position, and they just go, "Oh my God, this stupid guy." not
So
what
the
I
argument
believe.
could be made. If your mind could accept that type of argument.
No, but my point
now,
is
like
to
I said, the
show
analysis
that
is
by
rubbish.
saying words with my mouth, supporters of Israel insult me and go red-faced and do weird things, whereas the Palestine guys
They're not got enough
just sort
sun
of
cream on.
listen respectfully and
No,
have a good
that,
time.
you're generalizing. I
You
would
just
not.
interrupted again.
I would not. I would not personally. I would attack as Palestine, especially.
Where are
Especially
the
attack them.
pro-Palestinians?
We got one, two,
Where are
three
the
men here who
pro-Palestinians? I don't see any here.
Yeah, exactly. They don't get
You're
to
the only
speak.
one.
They don't get to speak.
Where
I
is
have to
it?
talk for them. But they are very nice whenever they are here. They say thank you, mate. It's
They-
really appreciated.
they-
So we got one,
Oh,
two, three
they're
men.
only nice to
One-
you because you're against Israel.
Yes,
That's the
exactly.
only reason.
That's the only reason. He's right. He's absolutely
Because
correct.
Israel is immoral. It's
What do you mean
committing
immoral?
genocide.
What?
They have a right to exist, mate.
What?
Right. So we have three men here
Yes.
who I think the rest of us agree are Zionists, even if they don't believe
I'm not
they
a
are.
Zionist.
Yeah, well, we think you are.
Big side. I left
Because
my
you see, you
badge at
keep
home.
saying Israel has the right to self-defense.
Yes, they do.
Yes,
They
did,
do.
especially since
Right.
Palestine threw the first punch.
So one,
They
two, three
threw the
Zionists.
first punch.
Right, guys, are you ready?
They've been attacked 12
You ready?
times.
You
They
ready?
defeated
You
all the
ready?
Arab
Ready?
and Muslim
Ready?
armies.
All right.
They run away, they dude.
Let the dude
Three
speak.
of you.
Let the dude
Do we
speak.
do every week? No. Every time?
Go on.
Condemn the IDF without deflecting to Muslims. Any of you. Go for it.
It's easy. You just say, yeah, although I don't think there's any policies of genocide.
It seems a bit waffly to me. You could have just said I condemn
Oh,
them.
sorry, I have to condemn
Yeah, you
the
do.
Israeli Defense
You have to
Force
say
in
it's
every
bad
single
to
action they
make
do.
that many
That doesn't make
children,
any sense.
amputees and dead. You have to say it's a bad thing, because it is.
So what about the
Effectively,
Jews that were
it's
killed?
crap.
1,400 of
Talk
them.
about the conduct of war. You can do.
But it's not a war. None of us believe it's a war.
Well, you don't think there's an armed group of people in Gaza that are
Basically, no.
conducting an-
They felt
So really, it's
basically-
Sinwise hiding away.
It's a peasant village. It's a peasant village.
It was a peasant
So how
village,
did
now it's
you do know they like murdered like 900,000.
That number's coming down, isn't it? 1,400 it used to be, but with those ideas.
1,400 official.
Oh, so that's low enough now. Not to
No,
care.
but we know that the IDF killed loads of Israelis on the day. We know this. We covered this.
Who
last
said?
time.
I know, but you're
Why
saying.
don't Zionists care about that?
You've just
Why
done-
do Zionists care?
You've just done the thing you asked me not to do. I told you to hold accountable Hamas and their crimes, and you've deflected onto IDF. Why
Yeah,
can you not
because-
say
because
there are an
question
armed
was-
group there causing
Do
trouble?
you hold Palestine responsible for
Because-
throwing the
because
first
if I say-
punch?
no, because let
Do
me
you
demonstrate.
denounce them for throwing the first punch?
Let me no,
Do
because they
you-
didn't. Because they didn't.
What?
Israel has been punching every Palestinian it can for 76 years.
Prove it.
Can you tell me how many Palestinian hostages were in Israel in jails on October the 6th? Because I can. Way more than the amount of people that died. 2,000 plus. 2,000. Yeah, they are hostages. So many of them are children. Why do you think? Would you think that France has the right to just take our kids and keep them in cells for years? Stop laughing. Because I find it disgusting, you atheist.
I think we can now see
Now-
these triggers. Now we can
Let's
see these
try
That's his trigger. That's his trigger.
certainly every day.
Can you condemn the
Can
idea?
I say something though? Can I say one thing?
Can you condemn the idea first?
I can condemn the IDF, yeah, but I want
go.
to say one thing,
Go.
right? Right. The only thing I said about Israel, the whole attack, how is it that a country with some of the best security in the world somehow let one of the biggest attacks happen on 6th of October? They've got some of the best security in the world. How
Most secure border on
most
earth.
secure the border in the world, they've got some of the highest security, they've got a
Which
lot
is
of
also,
funding
by
from
the way,
America, England, they have a
not
massive
on the
lobby in the
border.
government.
It's
How
not
they,
on the
how
border,
could they
that
let an
border.
attack happen with that many people? They have done some of the best security in the world. They clearly knew the attack was going to happen. I'm sorry, they did.
No, they became lax.
But how?
They became very lax.
There's so
Yeah.
many people. They've got some of the best security in the world. How did they not see the
Okay,
attack was
they
happening?
became lax and weak. That's what happened. They became lax and weak.
They
They're
became
not.
weak. They got
They're
funding
not.
from all over the world. They got funding from the
They
British lobby, the
became. They
American
became
lobby.
complacent of the issue, huh?
became
But they're not complacent now, are they? Huh?
Can we focus on
Complacent
the
is
speaker?
killing innocent kids.
Yeah,
Complacent. I do agree. Huh?
Great question. I mean, that's exactly the kind of contribution I want. That's perfect. But we do need to keep this is a fantastic group, by the way. This is massive.
Yep.
Yeah, so bear in mind, we are
But
getting
in-
derailed a lot by Israel-Palestine. The main point is that I was assaulted by Tommy Robinson stewards last week, and I will be taking them to court. They yelled, "He's an anti-Semitic prick, he's a lefty," and Tommy's drunk fans kicked me. Specifically because of that word lefty, there's no evidence.
What,
on
in Trafalgar Square?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, and no one will talk
You
about.
see that?
It's
Right?
not
Oh,
me
we
who is
didn't see
controlled.
anything.
We were
were
there.
there.
We were there.
We didn't see it.
We didn't see
anything. We didn't
were
see
there
you.
personally.
We didn't see you.
Well, prove it to us. Prove it to us.
Did you see
Yes.
the gaslighting from the nasty Zionists?
We're the Zionists.
We were there
There's
personally
no
for
issues
the entire
there.
event.
Well behaved event.
These random two gentlemen have said,
What?
didn't happen, I didn't see it.
No.
It was a crowd of like 20,000 people and I was there for 4 minutes. Of course you didn't see it. No one saw it. Nobody saw it.
Were you wearing the
Apart from
Palestinian
this
flag?
Palestinian. Right, he got it on camera for me, which is great. And my point is to show,
Yes.
however I can, whether it's doing it here today, whether it's on YouTube, or whether it's trotting down to
Mm.
the Tommy rally in an offensive shirt, I am proving that Zionists hate free speech. And if they see me, they will panic. And that's what happened last
Sorry?
time. Is I didn't even have to open my big mouth because they know that
You just
I'm
all
on their
mouth, huh?
side. So they scream the word lefty, start kicking me, and then do you want to know what happened, ladies and gentlemen? After I was kicked by a drunk Tommy fan and they continued shouting, "Off you anti-Semitic prick, you lefty grass," I walked to the police and this group of them ran to the police first to say that I had threatened a child, which is not true. We have it all on camera, but they dared to call me a grass and they dared to talk about two-tier policing and they dared to make the youth of England tear down the country, because that's what happened. That's why I was removed from the Tommy rally, because I know that he is a servant of a foreign terrorist state. And he has been told, laugh all you like, he's been told to send TikToks out to his audience, along with Danny Tomo, his right-hand man, saying, "Tonight's the night, kick off. Tonight's the night," and that's what they did on Wednesday. They said, now, if we don't do it now, then it'll never happen. And what happened? All of his boys went down to Downing Street and just got arrested in a big row. And then it didn't matter. Tommy didn't actually need to say, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, because the match has already been struck and it's chucked on the petrol fire. Where is Tommy Robinson right now? Does anybody know? Spain! There we
On
go.
holiday.
There we go. He ran away to Spain. What did he do last Saturday while I was being assaulted? He broadcast a film on Trafalgar Square that a judge
Oh, I saw
has
it.
told him not to do. It's illegal for him to do
So
that.
I saw it.
Well, do you know it's not? He broke the law.
So have I broken
This
the law?
is Jewish Zionist logic, right? They get to make up the law. They get
It's a
to
pretty
call
good
me
movie.
an
You should watch it.
anti-Semite and kick me. Tommy Robinson gets to ignore his very specific bail conditions. If I did what he did and set up a screen on Trafalgar Square and broadcast a libelous film about a Syrian schoolchild, it wouldn't happen to me because I don't have
so
bail
you're one of
conditions. I
those.
don't have those bail
You're
conditions.
one of those. No, I understand you. No, I understand.
No, dude, if you
You're
break
one of
your bail
those.
conditions, you have
You're
broken
one of
the law.
those.
How can I possibly be wrong there? And then if you flee the
Have you
country
watched the
and
film?
incite a riot,
It's not libelous.
Yes.
I watched it from beginning to end
Yes.
multiple times.
Yes, there's nothing
You're
libelous.
just following. You're just
Yeah.
following mainstream media.
no, but you're not a high court judge, and neither am I. So we don't have the power to say to Tommy Robinson that's illegal, but that man does. And that's how the law works in this country. And as
And you
Tommy
just
Robinson
accept it.
always
You just
says,
accept
if
it
you don't
wholeheartedly.
like it, leave. Right? And he did. And he did. He left.
Break bail conditions. Don't be surprised if you wind up.
I'm going to ask you, you know, sometimes you've got to fight the power, you know. You can't just accept
Fight
the power.
what power? He
The
said
judge
that.
you're talking about, the
Yeah, I know, but
establishment
do you know what
of the
Tommy
judge.
Robinson is in
That
trouble
house.
for? He said that a Syrian schoolboy was like touching up the girls in his school when he wasn't. It was something like that. He said
No,
that he
you
was.
watched it. It was that the Syrian kid.
I haven't watched it because I know it's Israeli propaganda.
He attacked a schoolgirl
Oh,
with a
that
hockey
is.
stick.
You're just
He's
making-
a
you're just
violent.
making white
He's a
claims.
violent individual.
Prove that is. You're just making
My
white
proof-
general claims.
Yes.
My proof that Tommy
Yes.
Robinson is a Zionist shill is that he won't condemn the IDF for making 35,000 Palestinian children limbless and killing over 200,000 of them. Like you won't, and you won't, and you won't.
No.
Whereas everybody else will. You will. You
Again,
condemn the
he's
IDF.
forgetting that
Put your
Palestine
hand
threw
up
the
if you
first
condemn
strike.
the IDF. Right?
See?
Zionist shills physically cannot.
See,
do it.
half do, half don't.
They physically cannot. I asked them to do it. And they
I'm not a
wouldn't.
Zionist, dude.
But yet, no, this man did not condemn Palestine for attacking.
Yes, I
He
know.
did not.
I know he
Yeah.
didn't.
He did not.
He's a lefty, man. He's a lefty, ultra lefty.
Because I believe No, but I believe the British armed forces have always been under the control of the same people. It will get very offensive.
Do you condemn Russia and Putin?
I mean, I'm not much of an expert. I'm here to talk
so
about...
he sort of wavers on that.
Well, no, I do, because we are here to talk about whether or not I have free speech. Right?
You do.
Looks like
You're here. You're
No,
here.
I
You're
didn't,
here.
but I
I'm
did
here.
the Tommy round,
The other
right?
guys
They
are here.
assaulted me. Will anyone condemn the Tommy Robinson stewards for assaulting me?
I never saw it. I was there.
There we go. Is everyone happy for me to take
I didn't
the
see
court?
it.
Yes.
Anyone see it?
No, because the reason I'm taking the Tommy Robinson stewards to court is because the Jewish mafia that runs nationalism believes that they can call someone an anti-Semite and just start committing crimes. And I'm the one who's saying, no, you can't, because that's what happened.
Wasn't the story previously that the Jews are making the immigration happen to sort of make multiculturalism? Now
I'm not focused on that bit. I'm not focused on the Jewish immigration.
They just sort of merge, don't they? Whatever you need to do, that's how.
I think a conspiracy theory sucks, dude.
Yeah, they do.
That's good.
I traveled all the way from the Caribbean over here. This was worth it.
I told you to come here.
This was
Did
worth
I
it.
not say come here? You hear it. You
Was
hear
worth
it.
it.
You hear it.
I haven't called you racist.
No, I know, but that is the only argument against saying against the Jewish power thing. Is going, oh, what? You think it's Jews? And I'm like, yes, because the religious belief of Jews is that the rest of us are goyim and they deserve to run the world. That's their religious scripture.
It is. It sounds.
It's true.
It sounds so.
That's racism, man.
What does that mean?
That's racism from the socialists.
The Semitic people are the Arabs.
It just seems like if I said Islam is a terrible
The
religion.
Semitic people
Yeah,
are the Arabs.
This is the point.
Yes.
Is that Tommy Robinson is
Yes.
about to, and he's a beta. Yeah. How many
Can
channels
you
do
hear
say
it?
that?
Do you hear it? And
And-
does it sound Islamophobic? And does it sound like
Yes, it
hatred?
does. And I sound
then-
anti-Semitic, and I'm aware of it.
Yeah, but you're
and I am
racist against
pointing
the
out
Jews.
double standards that the Islamophobes get a rally on Trafalgar Square with a massive screen
Wait.
and loads of
Oh
police
God, now I know I'm
protection.
even more.
Whereas the
Islamophobia
anti-Semites,
doesn't even exist.
Like me and Tara.
Islamophobia does not exist.
Islamophobia doesn't exist.
You were, yeah.
I speak from authority.
Calm down, sir.
From your own
You've
mind.
been using Trafalgar Square for many years. I'm a Christian.
Yeah, good night.
So that means if I use a place like that and somebody comes with a different intention, violent, then we have to call the security.
I wasn't
to take
violent.
them out.
I wasn't
know
violent.
you are not violent.
I didn't even open my mouth.
But if I ask you a question, sir, what makes these Tommy Robinson people kick you? What did you say?
He did
They're
nothing.
scared of me because I know the truth about Tommy Robinson's massive
Oh, man,
decades-long
that's all right.
history. I mean, only 3 weeks ago, he went to Canada, and there was this wonderful woman called Becca Nodwell who was putting him up and in charge of his tour, and she basically blew the whistle because Tommy couldn't last through an evening without cocaine. He was there, sort of, she described it as white knuckling his sobriety. He held on as long as he could, but then he went to the bathroom. And then he came back and he felt better. And then he went to the bathroom again. And it kept happening. And then he went off somewhere into the city. I don't know if it was like Ontario or somewhere. And when they found him, they found out he'd ended up in a